Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have got some exciting updates on the Detroit Lions that you won't want to miss. We're diving into three major stories that are shaping the future of this team. First up, we'll talk about the Lions being named a top landing spot for superstar pass rusher Khalil Mack. This could be a game changer for the defense, and we'll break down why this move makes so much sense. After that, we'll shift gears to Jared Goff. What's the latest on the Lions quarterback one? We'll discuss his recent comments, his performance, and what it means for the team moving forward. And finally, we'll wrap things up with an update on the Lions' off-season plans. From free agency to the draft, the front office is making moves to ensure this team is ready to compete in 2024. So, stick around, because this is one video you don't want to miss. Let's get into it. The first story is all about the Detroit Lions and their potential pursuit of Khalil Mack. The Detroit Lions are generating significant buzz this offseason as rumors swirl about their potential pursuit of veteran pass rusher Khalil Mack. According to a recent report from Athlon Sports, the Lions have been named a top landing spot for the 33-year-old edge rusher, who is currently with the Los Angeles Chargers. With Mack potentially on the move this offseason, Detroit has emerged as a prime destination for the future Hall of Famer. But why does this move make sense for the Lions, and what would it take to bring Mack to the Motor City? Let's dive into the details. First and foremost, the Lions' defense made tremendous strides in 2023, transforming from one of the league's weakest units into a formidable group. However, despite their improvement, the team still lacks a true elite edge rusher to take their defense to the next level. This is where Khalil Mack comes in. Even at 33, Mack remains a dominant force on the field. Last season, he recorded an impressive 17 sacks, proving that he can still wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks. Pair in Mack with Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions' rising star on the defensive line, would create one of the most fearsome pass-rushing duos in the NFL. Hutchinson, who had a breakout season in 2023, would benefit immensely from Mack's presence, as opposing offenses would no longer be able to focus their attention solely on him. But Mack's value extends beyond his on-field production. He brings a wealth of leadership and playoff experience, two qualities that the young Lions roster could greatly benefit from. After making a deep playoff run in 2023, the Lions are poised to become perennial contenders in the NFC. Adding a seasoned veteran like Mack, who has played in high-stakes games throughout his career, could provide the team with the edge it needs to get over the hump and compete for a Super Bowl. Whether through a trade or a free agent signing if he's released, acquiring Mack would instantly elevate the Lions' defense and solidify their status as one of the NFC's elite teams. Now, let's talk about the logistics of this potential move. Mack's current contract with the Chargers is substantial, and the Lions would need to get creative with their salary cap to accommodate him. However, if the Chargers decide to release Mack for cap relief, the Lions could sign him to a more team-friendly deal. Alternatively, a trade could involve mid-round draft picks, which the Lions might be willing to part with given their strong roster and limited needs. General Manager Brad Holmes has shown a willingness to make bold moves to improve the team, and adding a player of Mack's caliber would align with his aggressive approach to building a championship contender. Another critical factor to consider is Mack's fit in defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn's scheme. Glenn has done an excellent job maximizing the talents of his players, and Mack's versatility as both a run stopper and pass rusher would make him an ideal fit. Imagine Mack lining up opposite Hutchinson, with Alan McNeil dominating the interior defensive line. This trio would form a defensive front capable of overwhelming offensive lines and disrupting opposing offenses. The Lions' defense, which already showed significant improvement in 2023, would campaign ever find more formidable with Mack in the fold. Of course, there are some concerns associated with pursuing Mack. His age and injury history are valid points of discussion. While he's not the same player he was during his prime with the Raiders, he's still a high-impact defender who can change the course of a game. The Lions would need to manage his snaps carefully to keep him fresh for the playoffs. But if they can do that, Mack could be a game-changing addition. His ability to perform in clutch moments and his veteran presence in the locker room would be invaluable for a team with championship aspirations. In conclusion, the Lions' potential pursuit of Khalil Mack is an intriguing storyline to watch this offseason. Adding a player of his caliber would address a key need on the defensive side of the ball and provide the team with the leadership and experience necessary to make a deep playoff run. While there are financial and logistical hurdles to overcome, the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. If the Lions can pull off this move, it could be the final piece of the puzzle in their quest to bring a Super Bowl title to Detroit. So, what do you think? Should the Lions go all in for Khalil Mack? Let me know in the comments below. And speaking of game changers, our next story is all about Jared Goff. What's the latest on the Lions quarterback one? Stick around to find out. The second story is all about Jared Goff. The Lions quarterback one has been a central figure in this team's resurgence, and there's been a lot of buzz around him this offseason. First, let's talk about his performance in 2023. Goff had a stellar season, throwing for over 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. He was a big reason why the Lions made it to the NFC Championship game, and his chemistry with players like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta was off the charts. Goff's ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and deliver accurate throws was on full display, and he proved that he's more than capable of leading a high-powered offense. But what's next for Goff? Well, there's been some speculation about his future with the team. Goff is entering the final year of his contract, and while the Lions have expressed interest in extending him, nothing has been finalized yet. In a recent interview, Goff said he's focused on winning and isn't too worried about the contract situation. He also praised the organization for believing in him and giving him a chance to succeed. Let's dive deeper into Goff's contract situation. The Lions have a decision to make. Do they extend him now, or do they wait and see how he performs in 2024? Extending him now would provide stability and show confidence in his ability to lead the team. However, it would also require a significant financial commitment. Goff's market value is estimated to be around $40 million per year, which would make him one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the league. On the other hand, waiting could give the Lions more leverage in negotiations, especially if Goff's performance dips. But it also carries risks. If Goff has another standout season, his price tag could skyrocket, and the Lions might find themselves in a bidding war with other teams. One thing's for sure, Goff isn't going anywhere. He's the perfect fit for Ben Johnson's offense, and the Lions aren't going to risk disrupting the chemistry they've built. An extension feels like a formality at this point, but it's still something to keep an eye on as the offseason progresses. Another interesting aspect of Goff's story is his leadership. Over the past 2 seasons, he's emerged as a true leader in the locker room. His calm demeanor and work ethic have earned the respect of his teammates, and he's embraced the culture that Dan Campbell has built in Detroit. Goff's growth as a leader has been just as important as his growth as a player, and it's a big reason why the Lions have been so successful. So, what's next for Jared Goff? Whether it's a contract extension or another deep playoff run, one thing is clear. Goff is here to stay, and the Lions' future is bright with him under center. But what about the rest of the team? What are the Lions' plans for the offseason? That's our next story, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. The third story is all about the Detroit Lions' offseason plans. After coming so close to the Super Bowl, the front office is determined to take that next step, and they've been busy making moves to ensure this team is ready to compete in 2024. First, let's talk about free agency. The Lions have been active in re-signing key players, including guard Graham Glasgow and safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson. These moves show that the Lions are focused on keeping their core intact while also adding depth where needed. Glasgow's return is particularly important as he provides stability and versatility on the offensive line. Gardner-Johnson, when healthy, is a playmaker in the secondary, and his return should bolster the defense. But the Lions haven't just been re-signing their own players, they've also been active in adding new talent. One of the most notable signings was defensive tackle DJ Reader, who brings a strong presence to the interior defensive line. Reader's ability to stop the run and pressure the quarterback will be a huge asset for the Lions, especially in a division that features strong rushing attacks like the Packers and Bears. Now let's talk about the NFL draft. The Lions hold the 29th overall pick, and there are a few areas they could address. Cornerback is a major need, and players like Alabama's Terrion Arnold or Clemson's Nate Wiggins could be targets. They could also look to add another weapon on offense or bolster the defensive line. One name to watch is Texas wide receiver Xavier Worthy. Worthy's speed and playmaking ability would add another dimension to the Lions' offense, and he could be a perfect complement to Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. On the defensive side, edge rushers like UCLA's Layatu Latu or Penn State's Chop Robinson could be intriguing options if they fall to the Lions. Of course, the draft is just one piece of the puzzle. The Lions front office, led by Brad Holmes, has shown a knack for finding hidden gems in the later round. Players like Sam Laporta and Kirby Joseph are proof that the Lions' scouting department is among the best in the league. So, what's the bottom line? The Lions are all in on building a championship contender. Whether it's through free agency, the draft, or trades, they're making moves to ensure this team is ready to compete in 2024. So, what do you think of the Lions' offseason plan? Are there any specific players you'd like to see them target? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for today's video. 3 big stories, 1 exciting offseason for the Detroit Lions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Everyone, don't forget to let me know your thoughts on Khalil Mack, Jared Goff, and the Lions' offseason plans in the comments below. And if you're as excited as I am for the 2024 season, make sure to share this video with your fellow Lions fan. Until next time, go Lions!